Well, I've described myself as being in the middle of 3 generations of women on the autistic spectrum. My mother was rather eccentric, and I didn't really know how to explain her. She seemed to be quite unique. When my daughter was born, I saw that they had characteristics in common, and that's when I thought this is there's some hereditary issue here that I wasn't aware of, and then I came to understand that I was a bit like them as well.
So you're known to be the person who coined the term neurodiversity. Does that seem to be quite a heavy weight on your shoulders, as the movement seems to be growing in interest in the terms?
What I actually did was I happened to be doing at university, and I enrolled in disability studies at the time when I was starting to realise, although I did not have a name for it, that we did have a disability in the family. And my question really at that stage was partly to talk about my family and to understand what was happening in my family, but I was also very interested in why has this eccentricity suddenly emerged as a disability? What is it about modern society that's caused this disability to constellate now, when I knew that it wasn't new because of my mother, because of the children I remembered with Asperger's at school, and I knew for sure that it couldn't be caused by vaccines, because it was not new. So that was what I was really looking at, and the idea of neurodiversity was just 1 or 2 sentences in that, because I guess I was looking for ways of legitimising our movement, because I sensed this emerging movement was going to be really important, and I sensed that in some ways it was going to be a really huge movement. Like I kind of foresaw the future, and it needed an impressive sounding name, and at the time part of the era was that we were getting more into ecology, so I got it from a combination of biodiversity, which is a political term saying it's a good thing to have diversity in an environment. And then I noticed that psychotherapy was kind of really starting to become a bit of a joke, and neuroscience was, this was the neuroscientists were the new priesthood. So I thought, let's put this together, and it sounds really important, neurodiversity, and it will legitimise our claims to be taken seriously. I didn't know who we were. I knew there was autism. I knew there was ADHD. I figured there were a few other things. I didn't really know what they were. Yeah, so that's where I got the idea. I don't know if that was the question.
That was, and that's a great answer. Thank you very much.